It's the Raphael Dawkins Combat Radio Show. You're welcome. It's the Raphael Dawkins Combat Radio Show on your interwebs and on YouTube and other platforms. It will spread like wild Mexican weed in the grass. Welcome to the Raphael Dawkins Combat Radio Show just for you.
Yes, yes, yes. It's the Raphael Dawkins with the Combat Radio. And today, well, first of all, let me welcome people who have not been here before talking to the show. It's the Raphael Dawkins Combat Radio Show, where we talk boxing and boxing-related matters. Matter of fact, rat-tat-tat-tat. Let me change my screen. Let me turn myself up in the cans. And let me just, okay, that's better. But let me just do a sound check. Let me turn myself up in the... Yes, yes, yes. Okay. Where are we? Let's get the screen right. Boom, boom, boom. What's going on? What's going on? That's the wrong thing. Let's try again. Stop sharing that. And start sharing this. Okay. Let's get this sized up right. Okay. Okay. So, it's Boxing Talk with Rafi. 232. And, what are we doing today? What are the subject matters? What are the topics? What's on the menu? Mr. Kinahan, 500 million euro money laundering case. The case collapses and the assets are to be returned. Okay, that's the biggie. That's the big one. You got other little things, little bits and pieces to chop up. But that's the main thing. That's the main thing we're going to be looking at today. And how do I start this? Do I start this with a little warming video? Let people populate the area. Oh, okay. We got people popping up. We got the DJ Georgie Porgy up in the building. We got the Philip Khan Roberts up in the building. Okay, that's good. So I think what we should do now, rocking with the best, 100%. Okay, so I think what we're supposed to do now, what I should do now, what is that there? I know exactly what I should do. I think we go for a quick warming video, just to warm the place up, let the people get comfortable, get your popcorn, populate the area. Okay. Yes. Okay, so, boom, what are we going to do with this? Yeah, that's about right. Let me share my screen with you. And cut the music. Boom, boom, boom. Okay, let's do that. Go full screen. How's it looking over there? Okay. Let us play. Mr. Raphael Dawkins with the Combat Radio. And today we're looking at Ato Ali versus Dominic Rizzo. Probably one of the most intriguing matchups of the weekend. quite intriguing. It's going to be intriguing to see who comes out of this one, the winner. Otto Wallin versus Dominic Breazeale. AJ defeated Breazeale in his first defense of his IBF title back in 2016. Joshua beat and stopped the American in 7 rounds. And in 2019, what's that, 3 years later, Breazeale worked his way back up to become mandatory challenger. Okay, well, that's kind of slim shady, because that should have been Dillian White, who was fighting Deontay Wilder. Okay, anyway, Deontay Wilder took him out in 1 round. Later in that same year, Fury faced Wallin or Wallin. And that's the fight we'll all remember when Fury got cut. Let's bring this up a little bit. Okay. So that's the fight where Fury got cut. And we thought it might put his clash with Deontay Wilder, the second fight, in jeopardy. People said he was coming back too fast after the plastic surgery. He needed plastic surgery to heal the cut. But as we see, we all know what happened in the second fight. Fury gave Deontay Wilder the whopping of his life. Gave him a hell of a whopping. But it was interesting because Otto Wallin versus Fury, Otto Wallin was taking it to Fury. And if he'd have persisted, had he persisted with the same tactics of going to the body, then the head, then one has to speculate that Wallin was in great position to beat Tyson Fury. But after he cut him, he rocked Fury, staggered him, and then he went headhunting. And that was the undoing of Otto Wallin. Very bad idea. Should have stuck to the game plan, and he was on course to beat Tyson Fury. After he cut him, he staggered him. Okay, so this is going to be one hell of an intriguing matchup between Wallin and Dominic Breazeale. It's going to be a tough one to pick. As Wallin with his previous opponent, Kaufman, he retired Kaufman. It's going to be tough to pick between Wallin and Breazeale. Which way will I edge? I would have to edge it to Wallin, I think, for overall boxing skill and acumen. I think I'm going to have to edge it to Wallin, but it's very, very close. And it's a very, very interesting fight. This is obviously the feature event, whatever they're calling it, under the Adrian Broner versus, what's that guy's name? Sanchez? Or is it Santiago? Broner versus Santiago. It's on the Broner versus Santiago card this weekend on Showtime. The news on that is that Adrian Broner, the fight has been changed to welterweight, the welterweight limit of 147, so it's moved up. It's moved up a division. Where Broner was saying he was a changed man, but you have to wonder. Looks like he wasn't going to make the weight. So that's the news. It's the Otto Wallin versus Dominic Breazeale on the Broner Santiago card. What is your pick? Have your say. It's the Raphael Dawkins, it's the Combat Radio, it's the like, it's the subscribe, it's the comments, it's the shares, and it is the hitting that bell icon to stay updated with news and notifications. And don't forget about the live show. Don't forget to follow me on Twitter. It's the Raphael Dawkins, it's the Combat Radio, and I'm out. Okay. So, in video complete. Mission complete. Let's get that down and start with the show. Okay, let's stop sharing that. Let's start sharing this. Boom, boom, boom. Okay, let's go into the chat. Let's see what's happening in the chat before we fully kick off. Let's have a look. Okay, what we got? DJ Georgie Porgy up in the building. The Philip Carl Roberts. Shaka, greetings from the Netherlands. Good to have you in here so far. We got Wales, we got the US of A, and now we have the Netherlands. Okay, what's this? The boxing lobster. We got pigeon. We got the pigeon up in here, up in the building. D.V. Douglas. D.V. Douglas up in the building says boxing is so corrupt. Okay, let's have a look what's going on. You can't teach an old pigeon new tricks. What's going on? Okay, so let's get into this. And let's bring up the article without further delay. Okay, let's look for this thing. Right here. Okay. Let's line everything up. I got way too many windows open. It's kind of scary, to tell you the truth. Let's have a look. Okay. That's not the one. This is the one over here. What's that there? And we can lose this one. Think we can lose that one right there. Get on out of here. Okay, let me share my screen. Let's bring up the article so I can share it with you. Okay, so it's in. There we go. Sized up and everything. Ready to go. Okay, so in comes the James Jameson. Okay, where you been, James? You're late. What's going on? Okay, so let's get straight on into this. Okay, so mob smacked, says the article. Kinahan cartel, or is it? Kinahan cartel to get 500 million euro stash of cars, homes, and cash handed back by Spain after the collapse of a money laundering case. OMG. So that's 500 million money laundering case, which the Spanish failed to prove. Okay, so let's get into this. What's going on here? BG London up in the building. Okay, so what's this? James Jameson says, who has 500 million in property before the cars, etc.? Well, it's 500 million property, including the cars, including the watches, including the jewelry, all of that shiznix. Okay. Okay, so let me just clear up. Let me get rid of some of these damn windows.
I just want to see a good fan.
Let me get rid of some of these damn windows. There's too many windows open. Okay. So let's bring that down. And continue on. Okay, so the Kinahan cartel is to have up to 500 million worth of frozen assets handed back by the Spanish courts after the collapse of a money laundering case. Okay, in what marks an almost total victory for the who described here as the criminal clan. I don't want to call them a criminal clan. Let's just say the cartel. Let's just say the Kinahan clan. Let's just say the clan. Property, cars, and bank accounts impounded following a 2010 operation. What was it called? Operation Shovel. Operation Shovel. I guess they were supposed to scoop up all the ne'er-do-wells. And that money now, all those assets now will be released to them once more. So it's going to be released back into their hands. Okay, so this is Kinahan Senior. That's Kinahan Senior. That's the father. Okay, there he is. This was during the 2010 raids in Spain. Of course, the Kinahan group clan subsequently moved to what could be called more friendly climes over there in what do you call that? Yeah, well, we'll come to it. B. I keep on forgetting the damn name of the country. There's Kinahan Jr. Daniel. Okay, so 2010 raids. Okay, and this is what this case, money laundering case, pertains to. Okay, so the Irish Sun has learnt that investigating Judge Antonio Romero Serrano has begun signing court orders on freezing all the material, a process which is expected to take a number of weeks. Okay, so though the Spanish prosecutors said in 2010 that around 500 million worth of assets had been seized, the figure for what is being returned is still being calculated. Okay. So, however, it is understood to involve millions worth of cash in personal and company bank accounts in Spain, Cyprus, Belgium, and Brazil. Okay, there are also dozens of properties in Spain and Cyprus, as well as lands in northern Brazil, which the cartel plan to develop as resorts and sell off. Much of the Brazilian land is now worth only a fraction of its former estimated value. Dang, that's rough. So they lost out big. Much of the Brazilian land is now only worth a fraction. Dang, I wonder why that is. That doesn't sound good at all. Where are we? There are also dozens of luxury vehicles, jewelry, and designer clothing. These include a 180,000 euro Bentley used by former Godfather. That's the father, Kirsty, and a Chevrolet Corvette C6 and the BMW X5 belonging to his then second in command, John Cunningham. Dang. You got to look at those cars now and you got to say, well, have they appreciated or depreciated? I mean, now it's like a 10-year-old Bentley. I can't see that appreciating. If it was a 30-year-old Bentley, maybe, but the 10-year-old Bentley appreciating now. I think some of those assets will have depreciated very, very badly, much like the property in Brazil. Okay, so let me just take a quick look in the chat. Let me just take a quick looky. Okay. Yep, good. Let's get back into this. Okay. Where are we? Okay, so there was also a 181,000 euro yellow Lamborghini, which was so expensive to run, it delivered only 14 miles to the gallon. OMG. 14 miles to the gallon. Forget it. Forget about it. Toyota Land Cruiser. I don't think that's a luxury item, is it? 2 Volkswagen Golfs, R32s, and a BMW 1 Series. OMG. All of those things now worth like about, 10% of what they were 10 years ago. OMG. Okay, so it's not clear. It is not clear if all of the cash and land seized from the gangs will actually go back to them, as it is known that they were offering laundering services to other criminals at the time of the Operation Shovel raids. OMG. So that's a very key and pertinent point there. It is not clear if all of the cash and land seized from the gang will actually go back to them, as it is known that they were offering laundering services to other criminals at the time of Operation Shovel raids. OMG. Is that a proven fact? Or is that hypothesis? Is that fact or hypothesis? I mean, it's not what you know, it's what you can prove. Okay, let me take a swig of this drink. Okay, let me take a quick look in the chat. To see what people are saying. Okay. What's going on? Okay, the Boxing Lobsters is on the naughty step. Boxing Lobsters is on the naughty step, a little bit too hyperactive. And let me drop the link in the chat. How rude of me not to before. Lamborghini does lose much. I think all of those cars are severely... Oh, doesn't lose much. I don't know. Yeah, 14 miles to the gallon. OMG. What are we saying here? I think much of those cars will have depreciated terribly, James. Terribly. I might have a look at that later. Sorry, Pigeon. I see you. You're on a hyper one. You're on a very hyper one today. I don't know what kind of cocktail you're on today, Pigeon. But hopefully you'll be able to sleep it off nicely. Okay. Then in comes the Iron Kong up in the building. What's going on? Order. We got Pigeon trying his hardest to get on. I think Pigeon's on some kind of cocktail tonight. Okay, what we got? Who else we got up in here? We got the AOBZ up in the building. Too many blue smarties. What's going on? Jalik the leader up in the building. Good to have you up in here, Jalik the leader. Okay, so link is in the chat, I believe. Is it? I thought it was. Hold on, I'm not sure. Let me drop it in there again. Just to make sure. Boom. Yeah. Okay. So let's get back into the article. Okay. So the Irish Sun revealed last June that prosecutors were set to drop all the money laundering charges and criminal association accusation outstanding against Kirsty Kinahan. That's Kinahan Sr., his son, and current cartel leader Daniel, and Daniel's brother Christopher Jr. Okay, so last week it was confirmed that all of these have now been formally dropped. Okay, similar charges against convicted gangland killer Fat Freddie Thompson and John Cunningham have also been withdrawn, along with those against a host of lower-level cartel members. OMG. A lot of no guilties there. A lot of not guilties. Okay. So instead, Kirsty and associates, Robert Phillips and James Boppo Norton, face accusations of passport fraud relating to 2 fake documents bearing Kirsty's picture. Okay, so one of them was in the name of Leslie Swift, Michael Leslie Swift. I guess he's had to be on his toes all his life, yeah? Okay, was used by Kirsty to travel from Madrid to Rio de Janeiro in April 2010. And the second one, in the surname of Thompson Richard Hassett, was found hidden in an underground passageway leading to a housing estate in Benavides near Marbella, 2 a.m. June 2015, 2010. Prosecutors claim Phillips and Norton had been spotted acting suspiciously in the area by police in the moments just immediately before the discovery. Okay, and in comes the man like Jalik, the leader. How you doing today, Jalik?
Raphael, what's popping, man? Thanks for the invite. Shout out to the channel.
100%, 100%. Good to have you up in here right about now. We're just looking through this article stating that the Kinahans have been found not guilty in a 500 million euro money laundering case.
Is this the lawsuit from Spain?
Yes, yes.
Oh, so they got off. I figured he would get off though.
Yeah. Why is that?
Because you can just kind of tell. You know what I mean? You can just kind of tell how things operate, and then it's a lot of. Let's put it like this: it's a lot of forces at play that people don't see on the outside. You know, and they all come together and appear to be enemies on the outside, but they work together. Let's put it that way. They have these rich parties and things like that. Let's put it like that.
Dame. What's going on here? Point of order, the last video, Mr. Taylor the tape, Rafi. Report card must try harder. Well, don't worry, we'll get into the tail of the tape of the Valine versus Breezel. We'll get into the tail of the tape in another video.
Hey, Rafi, what did you actually think? Did you think he was going? Like, I'm curious to know what people actually think in the UK, because I'm in the US. So did people think he was going to go down? Like, what did people think?
Well, in Ireland, I think the best or the authority that has been worked have worked the longest and the hardest regarding the Kinahan cartel, as they're being called, is the Irish. Okay. So they're the ones. If there is a silver bullet, then that would be in the possession of the Irish authorities, the Irish courts. And so if they were to be found guilty of financial irregularity, impropriety, otherwise known as money laundering, as well as other import and export type of businesses, if they were to be found guilty anywhere, I would expect that it would be in Ireland.
Right.
Because like I said, they're the ones who've been working diligently on this, and they've got cases outstanding, but no. Wow, that wind just came like thunder. Dang. But no extradition treaty. But on the face of it, we have to acknowledge that, they've just been found not guilty in a 500 million euro case. And I mean, with regards to the Spanish authorities, they are very keen to deal with such matters. So I would be inclined to say it was a clean investigation, but you see, I can hear your point of view, but I'm going to put a different point of view. For some years now, Kinahan Senior, Christy Kinahan, he's been working to legitimize business. We know he was jailed for matters of a narcotics nature. We know that, but for some time now, we also know that the businesses he's been involved with are legitimate businesses that pay taxes, and straight businesses. Now there's an argument to say, well, where did the money come from? Those straight businesses wasn't that laundered money? Well, that is the speculation. But what it seems like to me, what it clearly seems like, is that they have very strong foundations in legitimate businesses to the degree that an investigation which lasts for the better part of a decade could not find them guilty of impropriety. And I think that's a testament to how they have, let's say, diversified.
Was English your favorite subject? Because you good at PR, you good at English was your favorite subject in school, Raphael?
It was one of them. It was one of them. It's a natural flair. I didn't have to work hard.
I can tell you're a natural at it.
A natural flair. I didn't have to work hard at it.
Diversify. But anytime you deal with stuff like that, it's like, do you watch? You got Netflix? You watch Narcos?
I got Netflix. Never watch it. If I did watch it, I would watch Narcos, but I never turned the damn thing on. I'm all for documentaries. All documentaries.
I feel you. But if you watch Narcos with Pablo Escobar, you can kind of see that when you get a certain amount of money and influence. Because I don't know, how much do the people that's investigating, how much do they make a year? Like, how much do the police officers make? Do they make a decent living, or are they kind of struggling, or is it considered?
I think they make a living wage where they can afford a mortgage, afford a car, and afford a holiday per year. Yeah, it's Spain.
It's just there, but they still may have some debts and stuff. So when you're dealing with certain things like that and characters, and then the people investigating may have their own debts, you can influence so many things when you have money. People will turn a blind eye to so many things. It happens on a small scale when you see a celebrity say, like, get a speeding ticket and nothing happens. They just pay nothing happens to their points. They get the cases thrown out. And then it happens on even bigger scales, depending on what the situation is. So if the dude has money like they saying he has, then he has a lot of influence over people that, just considered regular people, but they're not necessarily regular people because you can't really trust them. So if you got 100 people on a workforce, all it takes is 5 or 6 people, and that's only 5% of the 100 people to throw the case all off. Because when you working together as like a prosecutor, you're a lawyer yourself, but you have to really everybody be on the same page. All it takes is 1 or 2 bad apples to throw it off, and then there you go. That's your whole case right there. So so
that's definitely
like that, man. I don't know if they get them. Like I said, I'm in the US, but just looking at how things working. And then when he came out a couple of days ago, it's like, man, that was his thing. And then it's people that's bigger than him that's not considered criminals, but still work with him. That's work for these companies and television stations. You would never know unless you can figure it out, So that's how they operate. I mean, and he just bringing in a lot of money. So I don't know what's going to happen at the end. I just never thought that he would. Once I seen it, I was like, it's going to be they're not going to get him. So
well, you see, that's one. What you've outlined is one possibility, but another possibility is simply that they're airtight. It could simply be that right about now they're airtight. The business is so good. The organization is so good that maybe they're just that good that they set up their business. They set up the business that good that there's nothing to reproach. There's nothing to reproach. Maybe that's a possibility too.
Yeah, but I don't exactly know. But if I start selling cars at a dealership, but prior to me selling cars maybe 10 years ago, I was dealing with stolen cars.
Yeah.
Eventually, after a few years, like you said, you wash yourself out, so you're no longer dealing with it. You might have one person from 10 years ago that you owe money to, or something happened, and then once you do that, then you're all clean. Get rid of it. So a lot of big companies started off, so I just never thought he was going to get that. I don't know, man. based on a documentary, he looked like he he on some real serious street stuff. You know.
Well, interestingly enough, the street stuff brought a lot of bad publicity, and
Mhm.
the street stuff brought the heat.
Yeah.
So, it seems like they've distanced themselves.
Mhm.
Seems like they've distanced themselves from the street stuff.
Mhm.
And so, yeah, it might be that the business now, for the most part, appears to be legit.
It could.
Might just be that. Certainly appears to be. Certainly, the Spanish government, or the Spanish prosecutors did not have enough. Although they did say, what did they say? They said something that was very pertinent and telling. Last week confirmed, formally dropped. What was the telling statement that they had in here? It was a very interesting statement. Much of the Brazilian land, dozens of Spanish cutters of the assets have been seized. Okay, can't really find it now. Unfreezing the process. What was that statement? I think the statement was, even though I can't really locate it immediately. Some criminal organization.
Living in Dubai is not that
Dubai.
expensive. They got a lot of programs. I'm sure it's in your country too, but in the U.S. where a lot of people teach over there, and they give all these different opportunities. Even if you had children, you was married, you get this certain amount of housing and all types of stuff to teach English over there. So I heard it's a lot of opportunities in Dubai.
A lot of opportunities. Did you say it wasn't? Did you say?
I said there are a lot of opportunities to make a good living, even for people that's not from there.
Yeah. I think they're making their own living though. I don't think they depend on Dubai for anything. I think they're making their own living. They went over there rich. You know what I mean?
Who are you talking about?
I'm talking about the Kinahans. Yeah,
I'm talking about just regular people. People.
Oh, okay.
Now I'm just talking about regular people as the country of Dubai, not
Right. Yeah. Okay.
The programs that they have for people like just to teach English as a second language.
Yeah.
Teachers, and also regular teachers, because they really serious about, I guess, what they doing as far as like the English language. So
yeah, stepping up the levels of education.
Yeah, I know a couple people that's going over there that teach.
I get you. Okay. So what was that statement just there? Okay, so the only one facing any serious charge is ex-Kinahan gang member Ross Browning, accused of illegally possessing a Glock 19. Let's have a look here. Jasvinder Singh Kamu, a longtime British business associate of Kirsty Kinahan, who formerly ran an import-export firm near Marbella, is also accused of the minor crime of using false registration plates on a Mercedes C180 car. Okay, so Jasvinder Singh Kamu, a longtime business associate of Kirsty Kinahan, formerly ran an import-export firm near Marbella. Very, very interesting. Very, very interesting. Okay, so let's have a look at this here. None of the four are expected to do time if convicted of the alleged offenses, and most likely will not even have to travel to Spain to attend any trial. Interesting. Sentences of more than a year are unusual for passport fraud offenses, while the penalty for illegal arms possession is between 1 and 3 years. However, terms of less than 2 years for first-time offenders in Spain are automatically suspended. Yeah, because with Spain, they don't. I hear they don't really look at what your offenses are outside of Spain. They simply look at what offenses you have committed in Spain or been found guilty of in Spain. So that's interesting. And if it's less than 2 years, if a conviction is less than 2 years, if you get convicted for less than 2 years jail time, then first-time offenders in Spain are automatically suspended. So if it's 2 years or less, boom, the sentence is automatically suspended. Okay, so what's we got here? What we got here? Let me have a look in the chat. Let's have a look what's going on. Boom. Let's have a look. So look. Okay, no problem. Oh, gotcha. Okay, so a Spanish court close to a Spanish source close to the case said the return of the assets is the logical follow-on from last week's decision. Because if there are no further outstanding accusations, then the assets can no longer be frozen. Interesting. So the return of the assets is a logical follow-on. Okay. It will take some time because each court order has to be drawn up and signed individually. Dang, that could take the better part of a year. There has also been a change of investigating judge overseeing the case, and the new one is not entirely familiar with it. Okay, however, the record of impounded material is being examined and the appropriate orders are being prepared and in some cases translated to be sent to banks in other countries outside of Spain. Obviously, there will be a delay before all of this comes to pass, but they have waited 10 years for the charges against them to be dropped, so a few more months won't bother them. Okay, let me get back, see what's going on in the chat. BG London says, brown envelopes being passed around. Oh, ye of little faith. Why so? OMG. Yeah, I did catch my attention also. Okay, where are we? Boom, boom, boom. Okay, so J Blues up in the building. How's it going, J Blues? Good to have you up in here. Hit the link if you want to jump on. Yeah, I think it'd be quite expensive over there. Fat Freddie Thompson sounds like a guitar player, like an old blues man. I tell you what, use that guitar string as some kind of cheese string. You know what I mean? You know, did you ever play Hitman? You know, cheese wire. Is that they call it, the cheese wire? Yeah. That's for rapping, different kind of rapping. He has reasonable explanation for the possession of the Glock. Well, it wasn't one of the Kinahans. He was one of their ex-associates. It was an ex-associate, somebody who was working with them or for them at the time, but he's no longer. Okay, that's the tone up in the building. C Lion up in the building. Where are we? Okay, so that's everybody up in here right about now. Aberdeen. Okay, so let us continue on. Let us press on with this thing. Where are we? Okay, so opportunity to sue. Now let's have a look at what the rights of redress. Let's have a look at what possible redress they may have. We're talking about the Kinahan clan. Theoretically, cartel members will now have the opportunity to sue the Spanish state for wrongful arrest, incarceration on remand, and seizure of goods. However, this is not a major concern for the authorities, despite the already humiliating end to the 2-year Operation Shovel surveillance operation. The source added, this option is open to anyone. This option is open to anyone who has been charged with something serious and remanded in custody over it. But they do not expect the Irish to do this. They're not expecting the Irish to do this. Why are they not expecting the Irish to do this? Okay, so the Irish have taken a very businesslike approach to this from the beginning. Plus, they have gradually removed themselves from Spain, and most of them are now living in Dubai. Besides, the Spanish courts do not have a tradition of looking favorably upon such applications. Right. Oh, you got here. Okay, I think.
So my question, Raphael, my question to you: how are they gonna split the if the fight happens? How is BT and Sky Sports gonna work that out? That's kind of like similar to HBO versus Showtime. How is that gonna work?
How it's gonna work is the same way it worked when Fury was fighting Wilder. So you had 2 different networks there working together. You had ESPN and Showtime, or whoever the other side were, working together. So it was just a split promotion, you know. And I think, back to you.
Oh yeah, so are they gonna have announcers from both?
I think BT gonna do the BT thing, and what is it? Who else is the other player?
Sky Sports.
Sky Sports, and Sky Sports are gonna do the Sky Sports thing. If that's how it works in the UK, I don't know. If are BT and Sky Sports gonna split it like ESPN and Showtime did? I don't know. Sky Sports are by far the bigger outlet. I don't know. It wouldn't surprise me if BT Sports just said, "Okay, let Sky Sport do it and do it all." But on reflection, no,
they won't make that money.
They wouldn't do that. It's going to be a BT. They wouldn't do that. It's going to be a BT and Sky. They're going to split it because Tyson Fury has been working with Sky. BT. Frank Warren, they got the BT contract. Yeah, so it will be a split. It will almost certainly be a split between BT and Sky over here in the UK. Almost certainly.
Yeah, I was wondering. I was wondering how it will work overseas, because that's just in the UK. But then you also have it's worldwide television rights. So maybe out of all the companies, it might be one company that's from a moral standpoint saying, you know what, with these allegations, I don't want to be a part of it. People, when it comes with money, a lot of people forget their morals real quick.
I'm saying. Real quick. So I don't know. What kind of dog is that?
It's a pit bull.
I thought it would be a pit bull.
Why? Because
I don't know. I just thought. Like we had, who did we have on? We had El Jefe on. We had El Jefe. And I heard his dog barking. I visualized the white pit bull. Don't tell me what color yours is. Don't tell me what color yours is. I'm going to come to that. I'm going to try. I visualized the white pit bull. And I said, what kind of dog is it? And he said, pit bull. And I said, what kind of color is it? And he said, white. And I said, damn it. If I'd have said it's a white pit bull, if I just said it's a white pit bull, then, and then he had to say, yeah, it's a white pit bull. How you know, Rafi? Yours, let me guess the color. I think it's white. I think it's white and brown patches. That's my guess.
She's white and black.
Okay. Yeah. I visualize white and brown, but that's not too bad. Too bad. Okay, you Americans, you love your pit bulls. There's some kind of machismo thing over there going on.
Now, this breed is originally from the UK, though. It's American Staffordshire.
Yeah, I know the Staffordshire Bull Terrier.
Yeah, UK somewhere. I don't know exactly where, but
Staffordshire's by where I live. It's middle.
Okay.
Called the Midlands. The Midlands.
He has a lot of dogs that y'all originated that are nice. I love dogs. Yeah.
Hell yeah. Okay, so what are they saying in the chat? What are they saying in the chat? 5 fiber wire. They won't sue. What's this? AOBZ says they can't get Kinahan because he was involved with 2 Fury Wilder fights where Fury was paid tens of millions. He can claim that as legitimate income. Well, that's just one thing. There are many elements, many arms to the business. Let's have a look. The chat moved real fast just then. The Irish want the Kinahans badly. I don't understand why they don't just go back and clear everything up. Jalik, I don't understand why they don't just go back and clear everything up. Go back to Ireland. What's going on? Just clear it all up. Why not go back if there's charges against you which are incorrect and you get notified of it by the police? Would you not go to the station and say, hey, you made a mistake. Here I am. You made a mistake. Let's talk about it.
Called what's it called? Extradition. Extradition. Yeah, it's extradition. I don't know if it's gonna cause no challenges with Dubai and Ireland, but like I said, when you're dealing with certain entities, seen and unseen, it gets like that because on paper it looks like the Irish are after them, but are they really? Like I say, when you add money to the equation, these guys start acting. They might appear that we don't know.
And it looks like they certainly looks like they want him. They're sending they're making all the right noises. They're definitely. You see, the problem is, if you have an organization and you're moving in the shadows and you're invisible, that's all cool in the gang to an extent. But what happened is when the Regency Hotel Regency Hotel incident happened, the hotel incident over in Ireland, where they got raided by the opposition group trying to come after Kinahan, tried to get him, but they missed him. You don't know about that?
Nah. Like I said, you more hip to it. I just read about it maybe a year and a half, a year ago, 8 months. I was
so you're unfamiliar with the Regency Hotel shooting?
Oh yeah, I seen that. Yeah, I seen that.
Okay, cool. Well, that was by the opposite gang, the opposing gang, the other side. And what happened when that happened was that it brought everything to the forefront. So, and then what happened is you had years after that, whereby people were getting I don't want to use the word, YouTube's very sensitive, but you understand what was going on in the streets between the two. So you had that conflict out on the streets, and when you have conflict out on the streets, then the voters become very unhappy, and so any government has to make sure they're doing everything they can to bring the disturbers of the peace to justice. You see what I mean? So governments cannot afford to have voters feeling uneasy out there in the streets.
I got you.
So that is the motivation to get the disruptors of the peace off the streets. So that's a very, very strong motivation. Very, very strong motivation. Okay, let's get back into the chat. Let's see what's going on. The Zone 1 to Peace 2. Yeah. Everybody want a piece of that pie. Everybody want a piece of that pie.
Yeah, that's gonna be interesting. I seen an interview with Eddie Hearn, and somebody asked him what the price it was gonna be. 40 pounds. I guess 40 pounds is probably like $50. That's weird. That's considered a come up. That's how much the Tyson and Holyfield was, and I've done like a couple $1.5 million. If they had that over here, it would be great. That the pay-per-view sales will go up a lot. I'm surprised they haven't done it yet. They'd be like
you mean Tyson and Roy Jones, you mean?
Yeah. But my average pay-per-view here be at 80 US money. I don't know what that is in pounds. It's probably
that's like about 70 pounds. That's way too much for us. Way too much. Even 40 is too much for us. 40 is too much for us.
Nah, y'all just spoiled, man.
We ain't spoiled. You're just being ripped off. We ain't spoiled. You're just being ripped off badly. You guys are getting spanked. We don't want to get spanked like the Yanks get spanked. We don't want that over here. We don't want that over here.
It could be, but you know how you just so used to something you think is normal, and then it becomes regular. Yeah, you probably are. It's crazy, but
yeah, you're being spanked over there. And now Eddie Hearn's trying to spank us too. Well, we say no. We're not into that. We're not into that over here. That's unacceptable. Frank will make sure BT get a deal. Yeah, I would imagine so. I would imagine they're already locked in. BT locked in, I would imagine. Both go live. Just like the World Cup finals, they both go live at the same time. Yeah, that's a good analogy. Yeah, like when we have the World Cup soccer, you call it soccer, we call it football. When we have the World Cup every 4 years. Yeah. The finals, they go live on different channels at the same time. Let's have a look. Tone says BT work with Sky anyway. They currently broadcast a lot of Sky content on their platform. Okay. So let's have a look. Gray with a white chest. Oh, James Jameson had a guess. He said gray with a white chest. So okay. Close but no prize for that. He was talking about your dog. Yeah, what was you gonna say, Jalik?
Oh no, I was. Oh, he said that they work together, so that's good.
In a way, yes, and in a way, no. In a way, yes, and in a way, no. But they do work together to some extent. Is as far as BT buying some of their product.
Who does? Let me ask you this: who Carl Froch work for, and who has the worst announcer?
Sky. Froch is with Sky. What did you say? Who has the best?
Who has the best announcers? Yeah, because over here the announcers they get on my man. They be talking crazy. Some of these announcers be talking crazy.
Yeah. Announcers everywhere talk crazy. Who has the best announcers? I would. That's a tough one. Maybe Sky, but that would be debatable because I don't watch too much BT product. So maybe I'm not the best person to cast judgment on that.
Oh, okay.
But for sure, people in the chat, if you watch both, then for sure, give your opinion. Who has the best announcers, BT or Sky? Philip Robert says BT and Sky split. In the US, probably Top Rank and DAZN will take the other territories across the world, Australia, Japan, Europe, etc. What's going on here? No one will have any morals unless advertisers and sponsors threaten to pull their business away from the broadcast companies. Okay, so Tone saying it's in the hands of the advertisers and sponsors, and that could very well be the case. Staffordshire Bull Terriers are great dogs. Well, you know something? I think they've changed. Back in the day, I think they were less scatty. You know what I'm saying? A friend of mine got two. Well, he had two. He had one, then that one died, and he's had another one. And both of them are kind of scatty. What's the question?
What does scatty mean? What that means?
Scatty. Kind of. What's the best way? What's the best word?
Like stubborn?
No, nervous. A little bit on the nervous side. A little bit. Kind of a little bit. A little bit scatty. Just a little bit scatty. But I remember back in the day, they seemed to be more stable. I don't know if there's more inbreeding going on.
Yes, it's interesting.
Yeah, because they were rarer. Before they were rarer. They were relatively rare. They existed, but they were rare. Now everybody, now they're now I think they're probably the most popular dog in the UK.
Oh, it is? Okay. So y'all are allowed. See, I'll get confused because
Pit bulls are banned, but Staffordshire Bull Terriers are not.
Oh, you still can. Oh, okay. You just can't have the pit bulls. Okay. That's what I was wondering. I was like, you can't have that. Okay.
Yeah. So what is yours? What is yours? A pit bull or a staff?
Mine is American Staffordshire, which is
bigger.
If you go to AKC, it's gonna be American Staffordshire. But if I do the paperwork on a UKC, it's gonna be American Pit Bull Terrier. Confusing. So.
Okay, yeah, because I'm.
But this talk to BG, I think the Pacquiao and Floyd pay-per-view was $100 because they charge an extra $10 to have it in HD. So it's like it's
Wow.
the prices against y'all's is almost triple as far as those big pay-per-views. And the dog prices is I seen the prices y'all pay over there for dogs. I was like, wow, that's y'all got it made. The prices up over here be way more expensive.
Yeah. Very, very expensive over there. Rip off prices as far as I'm concerned.
It out, Raphael. I heard y'all. I heard they killing y'all with the gas prices and liters, urges
Yeah,
and gas.
they've been killing us. They've been killing us forever. They've been killing us forever. You know why? You know why they've been killing us forever?
Why?
Because and this is very controversial. An ex-prime minister of ours who is now known to have been what's the word? When a man has an inappropriate affection for an underage person.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So an ex-prime minister of ours, the guy who was in office at that time. It's now being said. This is real underground shiznix. The most of the populace don't know about this, but I'll tell you. I'll share it with you. It is believed in some quarters now that he was compromised. He was compromised by foreign spies who found out what his habit was. And at the time, there was the common market, which was before the European markets, but it was the common market with the Europeans. And this prime minister, it is said, was compromised by certain foreign entities, and he sold off a lot of the fishing rights, and he agreed for the British shipping rights, gave it over to Europe. A lot of it over to Europe, and also North Sea oil. UK has North Sea oil. It is said that he gave away a chunk, percentage-wise, of North Sea oil to keep his own private proclivities, illegal activities on the down low. And that's a little known story of why petrol, gas, oil is so expensive in the UK when it could have been cheaper. We had a prime minister who was involved in certain activities which are illegal. So that's very little known. Let me go to the bottom of the chat and see if anybody. Oh, there we go. Some people do know. Yeah, very, very, very dirty character. Very dirty character.
What's up, bro?
Iron Kong is up in the building. Iron Kong. No, he's not by his mic. Okay, Iron Kong.
Rafi.
Okay, Iron Kong up in the building. How do you do the
Hello?
Iron Kong? How you doing? Oh, Iron Kong can't hear me.
Yeah, man, all good. You know, y'all have your little conversation, quite an eclectic conversation. I mean, dogs, prime ministers, all sorts of
Yeah, is English. Like I'm telling you, he's not a dumb jock. You know what I'm saying? This is the year of getting rid of the dumb jock syndrome. Raphael is not. He's a PR guy. He's great at English. He can write papers for you for side hustle money. He can works out. He's a man of many tricks.
The word you're looking for, Jalik, is multi-talented, my friend. Multi-talented. Yeah, man, we're having an eclectic chat over here, but jump in, Iron Kong. Jump in, share your thoughts and observations, feelings. Iron Kong muted for a reason, I guess.
On what? Teflon Kinahan?
Go where you want to go, bro. Go where you want to go. Lead out where you want to lead out.
Oh, well, I just want to say Femi gonna knock out Tyson Fury within 6 rounds. Deontay Wilder done. And I like dogs, just that my kid has a bit of an allergy, and I
Oh,
had a dog and I had to give it back to the breeder because I found out that he had an allergy, so we had to give it back quickly.
What kind of dog you had?
I specifically asked the guy to mix his purebred rat with a American bulldog.
wow.
Wow.
So it was quite an expensive dog, but my kid started breaking out with some rashes, so I had to give it back to the breeder. So
Dang.
I got you. I think it's some dogs that's hyperallergenic, like giant schnauzers and stuff. Those are some.
What dog did you say?
well, he didn't. I don't know what it is. I mean, who?
I feel you on that though. That's
What dog did you say, Jalik?
a giant schnauzer.
A giant schnauzer.
Those are hyperallergenic dogs.
Oh.
You can do the grooming as long as you take care of the grooming, but they great dogs.
Yeah, I get you.
And then they also protect the dogs too. They look a certain way. That's why you can't judge a book by its cover, because people think, oh, those dogs are so nice looking. Nah.
Yeah.
They protect.
I'm torn between.
I can't have hairy dogs here because it's so hot. So
I got
don't want hairy dogs.
Yeah. I'm torn between the Akita, the American Akita,
Okay.
or the Doberman.
Yeah, I like the Doberman. I like the Doberman. Yeah, I like Doberman too. That's what I'm considering.
I'm torn because
Doberman.
I like the weight of the Akita.
Mm-hmm.
But the problem with the Akita is they're too stubborn. They're stubborn and aloof. So it's not a kind of dog you can take off the lead and just have it follow you and just come on command.
Oh, okay. So they probably be good for outdoors.
They're good for outdoors.
It's not. It's not eager to please. One of them dogs that's eager to please. It's like, man, you're gonna have to work to train me. Me and you gonna have a discussion.
Yeah.
Yeah. And reading up on them, it's like the general consensus is you can't really have it off lead and expect it to come to you when you call it.
Oh, okay, I got you. They just got their mom.
I saw a video. of an Akita biting this lady's face because one thing I know about dogs is that, and what I find like mostly in like America, and all dog trainers always say, from what I've seen like on YouTube or whatever, they always say when you see somebody with a strange dog, please don't go just pet their dog.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Dogs are like any other creature. They don't like people in this space. So this lady sees this other lady sitting at a table with an Akita. This is a big Akita. And immediately, I mean, the Akita looks fluffy, right?
Yeah.
So she goes over to try and go and hug the dog.
Oh, Lord.
The dog bites her in her face.
And
just bites her in her face and goes back to sit down.
Oh, gosh.
Next to the owner. I was like,
oh, gosh.
Yeah.
So whose fault is that? Is that the dog or is that the
That's the
other lady?
That's the lady. The visitor, the woman, the stranger.
Lady, you can't do that. You can't do that. But in court, the person would probably lose with the dog because it bit the human in court. But everybody knows that's common sense. Like that's kind of almost, I don't know. People be wanting to, I get it. They like, oh, you don't do, but people don't realize that you training your dogs for certain situations. They just don't even care. I'm like, bro, stop. Expect them not to jump and you inciting them to jump. I'm like, stop.
Yeah. Exactly.
Right.
I mean, did you ever watch Cesar Milan, the dog whisperer?
Yeah. I like
Yeah. No touch, no look. What is it? No eye contact, no this, no touch, no talk, no eye contact. No touch, no talk, no eye contact. If you don't know the dog is with you're not talking to the dog, you're talking to the owner. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
You give the dog a chance to just chill out, relax, and just mellow out. He don't know you, she don't know you. You're a stranger. So
Rafi, I got a question for you.
Yeah.
Off the dog topic though, I did a live yesterday about Billy Joe Saunders and his Kinahan obsession. Why is Billy Joe Saunders offering reporters flights to Dubai to meet Daniel Kinahan? And the reporters already said, this man's people already threatened me. Why is Billy Joe Saunders so firmly entrenched in this whole Daniel Kinahan saga?
Well, Billy Joe Saunders, it's funny you should say that, because we have a piece on Billy Joe Saunders' offer to what's her name? Nicola Talon. I don't know if I'm sharing it yet. Okay.
There it is. That's it.
Boom. And sharing. Okay, so let's go through this since you mentioned it. Let's have a look. Okay, so journalist rejects Billy Joe Saunders' offer of big scoop in exchange for positive Daniel Kinahan article. I'm glad you mentioned it, because otherwise I would have forgot that this was one of the things that I wanted to talk about. So boom, glad you mentioned it. Okay, so WBO super middleweight champion Billy Joe Saunders tried to secure a puff piece. They call it a puff piece, powder puff, kind of nice up the thing. A puff piece on suspected crime boss Daniel Kinahan. Okay, so what does he go on to say? He goes on to say that over the years in which controversy has swirled around MTK Global and their relationship to their co-founder Daniel Kinahan, a man Irish courts have named as a leader of a $1 billion drug trafficking empire, few have been as outspoken in their support for Kinahan as WBO super middleweight Billy Joe Saunders. Despite tabloids and politicians labeling Kinahan as a brutal crime lord whose forces are engaged in a bloody gang war that has killed at least 18 people, Saunders has released statement after statement celebrating Kinahan's work in the world of boxing. Recently, BBC added their voice to the chorus expressing concerns over Kinahan and his links to boxing. In their program, Boxing and the Mob, they alleged that Kinahan remains a central figure at MTK, a company that has swelled to become one of the most powerful management companies in combat sports, and which represents Tyson Fury, Michael Coughlin, and Darren Till, among many other boxers and MMA fighters. Okay, so Nicola Talent, and that's the lady whose name I was looking for. Nicola Talent, who's investigations editor, Nicola Talent, the investigations editor with the Irish Sunday World newspaper, came forward last week to reveal that Saunders had been in touch with her with the goal of securing a positive news coverage for Kinahan. Okay, so The Guardian reports that Talent shared direct messages she received on Twitter from Saunders. In those messages, Saunders purportedly asked Talent if she would like to fly to Dubai to meet with Kinahan. Talent refused, citing that she had been threatened by suspected Kinahan associates in the past for her crime reporting. Saunders offered the alternative that he, Talent, and Kinahan jump on a Zoom call, saying to Talent he could set you up on a date as Valentine's Day is just around the corner. Wow, that's weird. After these initial messages, a lengthy and rare public statement from Kinahan appeared on Talk Sport. In that statement, Kinahan refuted all claims made by the BBC regarding allegations he was involved in crime. How much more this goes?
Billy Joe gotta feel like, see, Billy Joe, man. I'm gonna be honest with you. I got a feeling that he won't even fight Canelo. I just got a feeling that fight won't even go through. It's just something. I don't know. It's just something with Billy Joe, but I don't get it, man.
Something with Billy Joe. I certainly need something with Billy Joe.
He said he wasn't even sure the fight was going to be on. This was not too long. I'm like, I thought he was going to fight him. Like, I don't get
it. Billy Joe is a funny one. He's a funny one.
Yeah, and for him to do this is like weird. Like, it's like he's going extra. Like, why would he do that? And knowing that he always shooting himself in the foot. Like, he always says something that he later has to regret. Like, he doesn't get it. Like,
yeah, he's big on that. He's big on.
I don't understand him.
Like, coming out with statements. But I mean, the question really is, why is he so outspoken in his support of MTK. Okay, I get it. He's been with them for a long time. He's been with them for a long time, and yeah, I guess he's clearly loyal. He's clearly loyal. This is Nicola Talent.
But that's the female. That's the female that's on the documentary.
Yeah, Nicola Talent is the female who is on the documentary. She's a respected,
like a lawyer. Yeah, she looked like
respected journalist, and she is the one on the screen now. Many different pictures of Nicola. Yeah, Billy Joe Saunders. He's been with MTK for a long time. Clearly, he's got a lot of loyalty for them. Clearly, one could imagine financially they have treated him very well, but he's never slow. He's never slow to go to bat for.
Has he been with them? It was only just last year that he signed with them, right? A lot of people just signed with him recently last year. It was
he's been with them for years. He's been with them for years.
Oh yeah,
yeah.
So he was with them even when he was with Frank Warren.
Yeah. They're a management company. They're a management company. Frank Warren's the promoter.
I thought he just
management.
Josh Taylor just signed up with him though, right?
Yeah. Josh Taylor signed him with them about 6 months ago, something like that. Yeah.
Then they got because what's your thoughts on the Carl Frampton fight? Jamel Herring being in Dubai right now.
That's a lot of hocus pocus. Seems like a lot of hocus pocus. The hand's not good, but when he comes back good, the fight's gonna be in Dubai. But having said that, listen, both of them are with MTK. Herring's with MTK too.
So he probably offered him more money. Like Dubai is gonna be the international spot.
It's gonna be the spot. It's gonna be the spot.
Man. I ain't gonna lie, man. I've never been there, but I heard some good things. I never been there before, but I just be hearing people talk about they got like a big fake beach that look nice. I heard they got all types of stuff over there.
Yeah. Had a Doberman living up the road from me when I was a kid. It was vicious. It would force you off the footpath into the middle of the road. The thing with the Doberman is they do what they're bred to do. They know what they're bred to do. They're bred to do a job, and they know how to do the job. The job of the owner is to kind of get them to a even tempered. Make sure they're well socialized. Get them relatively even tempered. But the thing with the Doberman, it knows what to do. It knows what its job is. It knows what it was bred for. You know what I'm saying? That's the thing I like about them.
Yeah, I like Dobermans, man.
I like Dobermans, man. Thinking about getting a brown one. But as for Billy Joe Saunders, he's deeply entrenched. He's been with them for years. I remember when Tyson Fury was making his comeback over there in Spain when he was kind of walking up the hill when he was like, I don't know, 300 plus 350 pounds. That was MTK's gym. Billy Joe Saunders took him out there to MTK's gym. So that was years ago. How long has he been back? 2, 3 years? 3 years? Been back 3 years. Billy Joe Saunders with MTK from longer than that. So Billy Joe Saunders association with MTK Global goes back a long time. He was probably one of their first big signings. Iron Kong.
Billy Ho needs to really check himself. You know, it's weird because Eddie Hearn was on an interview just before this thing came out, saying Billy Joe Saunders should delete his social media because he don't do himself no favors, right? Yeah. Then this thing come out when Billy Joe Saunders is sending DMs to this reporter. Now, if this reporter goes to Dubai, right, and she gets so much as a hangnail, she bumps her head in her room, right? They're gonna blame Billy Joe, saying, "Oh, Daniel Kinahan attacked this lady," and it's Billy Joe Saunders who planned the flight. Yeah, like, Billy Joe Saunders don't think, bro. Like, this guy got to be the dumbest. Like, he puts himself in the worst situations. We could count off all the nonsense Billy Joe Saunders has been involved in. I'm not quite sure why this man is out here playing public relations officer for a quote unquote alleged mob boss. Okay, so I'm not quite sure what this dude is on. I mean, what happens if Canelo says, you know what, man, I don't need this heat. I don't want to fight this dude because he got all these kind of crap around him.
Yeah.
You know, I don't want to fight this guy.
What happens if Canelo says that? Then
he don't want to deal with his heat.
Yeah. If he says that, then damn, the fight's off. You know what I mean? But I think that the Canelo wants him. I think the Canelo wants him. I think Canelo wants to scalp him. He's unbeaten. Canelo wants that unbeaten. He wants to take that. Canelo wants to take his O. Canelo wants to take his O. And so I think that fight goes ahead. I think the only one who pulls out of that fight is Billy Joe. If anybody's going to pull out, I see Billy Joe as being the most likely one to pull out. Canelo wants to.
He's gonna have a problem, bro.
Yeah,
he needs to. As BG said, bro, just mind your business. All right, mind your business.
Billy Joe trying to prove his loyalty to Kinahan. He should mind his business. What's this here? Billy Robert O'Donoghue. Billy Joe Saunders has a way with boxing as well. He's pretty good. He's just too inactive. What else is being said here? Billy Joe Saunders should start his own public relations firm when he retires. He certainly has a poor way with words. What else is every single dog equals all about the owner? Yeah, I think the owner, if the owner puts attention, pays attention,
of course,
stamp his personality, his or her pants personality on the dog. No doubt about it.
Of course.
For real. Billy Joe Saunders should be concentrating on boxing, not PR for Daniel Kinahan. What we got here? Tone says, well, MTK have been loyal to him too when you consider his out of the ring shenanigans. Yeah, it's mutual. It's a two-way loyalty. Yeah, but I don't know. I mean, they say no news is bad news or good news or whatever it is. No publicity. They say no publicity is bad publicity. Is Billy Joe Saunders? Is all of this activity from Billy Joe Saunders part of his PR strategy? Because notoriety sell and come?
I mean, I guess, but Billy Joe Saunders ain't the best person to be out here being your PR man, right? I mean, a man who paid a drug addict, homeless person to attack a pedestrian. You know, a man who is doing tutorials on how to properly beat your wife. A man who, you know, who's done all this nonsense, who's throwing chicken at Deontay Wilder. That ain't the guy you need doing your PR. I'm quite sure Daniel Kinahan has people in his employ that can do a better job. Okay, who don't have the nonsense history as this dude Billy Joe Saunders. Okay, so maybe, as you say, notoriety might sell, but hey, man, if I'm Daniel Kinahan, I'm gonna tell Billy Joe Saunders, hey, man, it's cool. I don't need you to do this for me. I'm all right.
Fall back.
Yeah, just fall back. If you're my friend, I would want, because you're not a good Rafi.
Yeah.
If you're not a bad man, right? You and a bad man might be friend from small, right?
Yeah.
And you know, mine is your friend, you know, and your friend know you. But you don't need this bad man out here trying to market Rafi. No, it's okay, bro. Me and you cool, but I don't need you to do this for me. When I need somebody kneecap, I'll call you.
Yes. Horses for courses, as we say over here.
Yeah.
For courses. 100%. That Billy Joe Saunders Wilder thing was funny. Pretty sure it was set up for publicity, though. I think Billy Joe's crazy, though. I think he's kind of crazy. I don't think that was publicity. Well, it may have been for Billy.
I'm I'm not letting nobody throw no chicken at me for publicity. I'm sorry. I'm gonna hurt you, bro.
No, absolutely not. Absolutely not. But for Billy Joe Saunders, possibly. Like I'm saying, is all of this just carefully constructed? Is this part of the Billy Joe Saunders persona that he wishes to portray? Keeps on saying these, because otherwise, how popular would Billy Joe Saunders would be? Well, I don't know if he's popular. I think he's more infamous. With his antics, he's more infamous. It seems like he's the mental age. I don't know about the mental age. There might be a question about the mental age. A lot of inappropriate behavior. What's this? Kinahan's got everything on lock. Fall back, Billy. Fall back.
That may say that, Bridget, I don't need you to do this for me. All you need to do is make it to May the 5th. So, I can get some management fees off that Canelo fight. That's it. I don't need you out here sending DMs to reporters, telling them, oh, I'll set you up on a Valentine's Day with Kinahan. All you have to do is write something nice about. I don't need you to do that, sir.
Yeah,
that's what I'm saying. Eddie, it's weird, right? Was it Aabs on my page? And he made a point that, certain people can do these things and get away, but others can't. Look at what happened to O'Hara Davies. O'Hara Davies made some comment, right? And he was immediately dropped from Matchroom. People, and till this day, O'Hara Davies cannot catch himself. You know what I'm saying? He hasn't done nothing like what Billy Joe Saunders did. He's a mouthy dude.
Yeah.
He's very deluded, but he hasn't done any of the stuff that Billy Joe Saunders done. This man's career cannot recover because of something he said, and Eddie Hearn dropped him. Billy Joe Saunders is out here stumping for allegedly mob bosses, and it's Billy Joe Saunders, versus Canelo next. But O'Hara Davies gets dropped, right?
Yeah. I think maybe Billy Joe's antics only came about once he was a world champion. I don't know. I don't remember anything from him, and then all of a sudden, he starts coming up with his antics. But he was a world champion. I think it might be in different levels of caliber. I think the caliber levels might be a factor. But as we say over in the Caribbean, puss and dog don't have the same luck.
Yeah, man.
What one man doesn't get away with, no, the next man isn't guaranteed. I think Billy Joe Saunders was the world champion before he started coming out with his antics. If I'm wrong, anybody in the chat, if I'm wrong, correct me if I'm wrong. But for the longest time, it was just Billy Joe Saunders. Joe Saunders.
I think Bronze Plummer just said it. He says he was kicked off the Olympic team for antics. I was told that by another guy. He said, no, this has been going on with Billy for a while, since his Olympic days. He was kicked off the team for something he did.
Wow.
This is,
wow.
I mean,
I didn't even know that. Damn.
I was actually going to bring it up when Bronze Plummer just said it, that no, this man, this is long time with Billy. This is a man who made Martin Murray go through a whole training camp, and then just him and Frank say, you know what? I'm not going to bother fight again.
Yeah, I remember that. I remember that.
He said, man,
yeah, I didn't know that about being thrown off the Olympic team. Damn. Seems like his whole career has been inappropriate. Seems like his whole
there he is.
Inappropriate. Yeah, it was kicked off the team GB. Wow. Seems like he really does have something not quite right with him. OMG. And with that, you know what? I'm satisfied. I've chopped up everything that I wanted to chop up. We talked about the Kinahan cartel. We've talked about dogs. We talked about Billy Joe Saunders. We talked about an ex-English prime minister who sold us down the river. The
River Thames.
Down the River Thames, down the dirty River Thames. Dame. So we've chopped it all up, chopped and diced, and we've come in at 1 hour 30. So that's damn good. Got this chap out. I'll see what you're saying there. Big Boys Boxing coming in just in time to say goodbye. You say hello and I say goodbye. Hello, hello, vice versa, vice versa. Good to have you up in here. Anyway, damn. I forgot to tell the people to smash the like button, smash the subscribe button, smash the subscribe button, put the alarm icon, smash the alarm icon so you can stay updated with news and notifications. What's going on here? In Beijing, he was subsequently suspended for lewd behavior. What? Allegedly pertaining to an incident with a local woman during OMG.
Oh.
Wow.
Wait, so he was actually in the Olympics already?
He was there.
Oh,
He was
my
there.
God.
He was there. Apparently, he was there.
And still couldn't behave himself.
Couldn't hold it together. And
idiot.
Billy Joe Saunders also got Josh Taylor and Ben Davidson pulled off of.
God.
I remember that. They were trapped. He was in the coronavirus era. He was just starting, and it was the last plane out. And he told the aircraft staff that these guys might have the coronavirus. So they actually got pulled off a plane, and they got detained for a matter of days.
I didn't even know about that.
That's a recent one. That's crazy. That is crazy. Billy Ho writes James Jameson, pure.
I guess that's why. Didn't who was he gonna fight? Was it Monroe when his kid punched the dude in the nuts? It's like,
oh,
you don't remember that?
I remember
his kid punched his opponents in the nut. I was like, oh.
I remember that. I would have kicked that kid off the stage.
Definitely.
I would have kicked that kid off the stage. You know what I'm saying? That was a gross violation. That was a serious violation. 100%. Anyone fancy a Breezel documentary? No, I don't think so. I don't think Breezel. Don't get it. I'm sure it's good.
They're asking you what you think about the Brazil versus Wallin fight.
The Brazil versus Wallin. Well. Actually, I got a graphic on that. I actually have a graphic on that. So let me pull that up right now. Hold on, what's this here? We got a couple of conflicting things going on here. Let me drop down a couple of things. Let me pull up what I'm trying to get. And this might be the last act. This might be the last act of the show. Let's go into it. Where are we? Hold on. What's that there? 4 hours ago. Hold on. I wanna just tap on that show there. I'm gonna watch this show.
Hi guys, look.
I'm gonna watch this show after, or that show after this show. But in the meantime, let me try and find what I'm looking for. Relates to the Otto Wallin versus Breezel fight. Brazil. Community page. Okay, so you go to the community page and you will see. Matter of fact, let's just share that experience. Let me share that experience so everybody can see how to do it.
James Jameson says you went from haystacks to toddlers. That's a
haystacks to toddlers. Hey, what does that mean? I don't get it.
You ducked haystacks to go kick toddlers, right?
Oh, damn. Damn. Haystacks to toddlers. Damn. Let me share this. Okay, so if you can see what I can see, which I think you can. Okay, so that's my page. That's the Raphael Dawkins Combat Radio page. Okay, so you go over to the community tab. You got home, video, playlist, community. Boom. Press the community tab and let me enlarge this. Okay, so this is where you come to get your votes in. This is where I share information as if I'm not going live that night and I'm supposed to go live on. You'll see the notification here. This example is an example. No live show tonight, folks. Have a blessed morning, evening, night, whatever it was. Okay. So that's where you find notifications. And in this particular instance here, we have a, what do we have? We have a poll. Let me make this even a little bit bigger. We have a poll. Okay. And so Otto Wallin versus Dominic Brazil this weekend. Who wins? Okay. If you haven't checked out that video, it is there for your delectation. Okay. So let's have a look at the vote so far. Otto Wallin via points, 67%. Breezel via points, 8%. Wallin by KO, 13%. Breezel by KO, 13%. So what's that? We got 60. What's that? 70 plus 8. That's 78, 76, 75. 75%. 2/3 of the votes go to, oh no, that's him. So no, it's what? It's 70, 80. 80% of the votes go to Otto Wallin. 67% have him winning by points. 13% have him winning by KO. On the Breezel side, he has what? 8% saying he wins via points. 13% saying his best road to victory his most likely road to victory is by KO. But that 80% is very, very powerful. And let me like my own thing as well. Very, very powerful statement. What do I think? I'm not going to say. That is in the video. But so everybody knows where to go. Red Glove Militant passing through. It was this here. Climb High. Climb High. Don't recognize the name, but how do you do? Hoping you're having a good one. Climb High. Hope you're climbing high. Breezel was the best win was Iggy. Yeah, Unogo, hands down.
Easy Ugono.
Yeah, Easy Ugono. If Breezel wins, it will make Fury look bad. I can't see Breezel winning, to be honest. Yeah.
I got Wallin, man.
Sorry, say that again?
I got Wallin. Dominic Brazil is not a mobile guy, and Wallin has shown that he has some wheels. He can get in, he can get out. You know what I'm saying? Brazil ain't no big puncher like that. You know what I'm saying? Brazil will wear you down, right?
Yeah.
I think Wallin gonna beat this dude. Dominic Brazil, I see somebody that he's in good shape. He looked the same to me. He looked like the same dude with titties to me.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So after Deontay Wilder gave him that Mr. Sandman special from the last fight, knocked him completely off Instagram. All that. I see Otto Wallin win by point. Dominic Brazil ain't fought since then. How long ago was that fight?
That was 2 years ago, pretty much 2 years ago.
2 years ago. And he ain't fought. No, man. I got Otto Wallin. No. By points.
Otto Wallin by points. I'm not going to restate my opinion. That's to be found in the video. Big Boys Boxing says, I rewatched Wallin versus Fury this morning, and I think far too many people are giving him far too much credit. He was not great in that fight, and Fury doesn't hit that hard. Well, my recollection of the fight is that Wallin cut Fury. Wallin was doing a very clever thing. He was going to the body like most people don't. But he was going to the body and he was mixing up body, head, and he was having very good success with that, to my recollection. And he had Fury at 6s and 7s, and then he cut Fury. Was that in the 6th round? Something like the 6th round. And still having a very even match, very even. And then Wallin rocked Fury with a headshot, and then his game plan went to pot because he forgot about the body. He forgot about the tactics. The tactics flew out the window, and then he was on a one-way ticket to Hidingsville. One-way ticket to Hidingsville because he just kept on going for the head foolishly, and his corner did not correct him. Clearly didn't correct him because he went out round after round just going to the head, forgot the game plan that was working well for him. And then it was downhill when he stopped going for the body. So that was my recollection of the fight. Robert O'Donoghue, I don't see Breezel getting knocked out because he has a decent chin. But if Breezel wins, it will make Fury look bad. Why do I feel as if I've gone to that post twice? What does it say here? Well, at least Breezel's gone down a cup size, so he's training hard. OMG.
You guys, man.
OMG. What does this say? Fury getting way too much credit for the Wilder beatdown. You might be right there. You might be right. That might be an interesting point because, like I said before, any top guy who got to Wilder was capable. Any top guy who got to Wilder who put him on his back foot was capable of turning in such a performance, and that's why it was a masterstroke. That's why it was a masterstroke for Fury to go ahead and take the Wilder fight. Masterstroke, and that's why I think that's why Wilder didn't want to fight Joshua, because they knew. That's why they turned down record money he may never see again. Wallin was making Fury miss and connecting. That was my recollection. But for sure, that's a fight that I'd take a look at again. Okay, so I haven't really got time to go into the weekend's fights today. But hopefully I'll get live. I'll go live tomorrow daytime, and maybe we can look at some of those fights going on over the weekend. Iron Kong, it's good of you to jump on, my friend. Good of you to jump on. Always a pleasure having you over here.
I'll go, Rafi.
Your final word.
I got Josh Kelly losing tomorrow. I think that dude sucks. He has no jab and he fights with his hands down. He thinks he's better than he is. I don't like that dude's style. So he gonna lose tomorrow. I want Florian Marco also to lose. He talks too much. I said I got Otto Wallin by decision. What else, man? Billy Joe Saunders. I think he owes Daniel Kinahan something that he has to do this work for. Callum Johnson, gone to Frank Warren. Whatever, man. You know, you really need to leave Tesco Joe. That's what you really need to do.
Damn.
All right?
Damn.
But anyway,
damn.
Y'all have a nice night. Well, not night, morning. No, morning, right? Y'all, morning. Hey, y'all got a good morning, man, and take care of y'all dogs. Peace.
That was the Iron Kong. Much appreciation. What's going on here? Great show. Great show as per usual. Thanks, Rafi and the Iron Kong and the Jalik, the leader. Okay. Excellente. Top show, Rafi and Iron Kong and Jalik, the leader. Great show, guys. So if Breezel, Scott 70, damn, Scott 70 passing through. Good to see you, Scott. Good to see you up in the building. Okay. And so that was, I think Wallin will be winning on the cards, but get stopped late in the fight. Damn, bold prediction. Get your vote in. Big Boys Boxing. Get your vote in. Listen to the video. See what Rafi thinks. Okay. So, what's this? Josh Kelly gonna shine tomorrow. We gonna see. Damn, Rue up in the building. Everybody coming in at the end. Great to see you all. Great to see you, Rue. I hope everybody smashes that like button. No problem. I didn't realize you were live. No problem at all. Red gloved militant. Hey, Scott, long time no see. For real. Good to have everybody up in here. Everybody up in the building. And it's been another great one. And how are we going to see this thing out? You want to take this thing out in style. So let me see how we can do this. Let me see if I can line this thing up nicely. Let's see if we can do this. Where's the timestamp on that? No, take it down a bit further. I'm in the entirely wrong place. Hold on a second. Do no momento. Mommy, slow up your tempo. I want to finish this thing in fine style. And let's see if I can get to the relevant place in a timely manner. Let's see. That's not it. Where are we? Oh, that might be it. I think this might be it, actually. And this 18. Boom. 1, 3, 7. I think it's 1, 3, 7. Something like that. About the live show. Don't forget to follow me on Twitter. And just don't forget the Raphael Dawkins, the Combat Radio. Let's drop the music and let Deontay Wilder play us out.
It's the Raphael Dawkins Combat Radio Show. You're welcome. It's the Raphael Dawkins Combat Radio Show on your interwebs and on YouTube and other platforms. It will spread like wild Mexican weed in the grass. Welcome to the Raphael Dawkins Combat Radio Show just for you.
Boom, boom, boom. Blessed.